Nursing school is a wild ride, but that doesn't mean you have to run and hide. When the going gets tough, don't leave your stress undiagnosed. You gotta call the nursing student coach. Real life tips from a registered nurse. In school and out, she's seen the worst. Now without further ado, yeah, here is your host. It's the Nursing Student Coach.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Nursing Student Coach. My name is Lauren Chapnick, and I am your host. I started this podcast because I wanted to reach as many nursing students as possible and to help make the experience of nursing school a little less daunting, overwhelming, and ridden with anxiety and stress. That just comes with the territory, unfortunately, most of the time. And I can't take away all of those things, but it is my hope and my goal that with the strategies and tactics and all of the crazy hacks that I share with you, that I can help make your experience a little more enjoyable. So when you get to the end, you can look back and say, okay, you know what? I actually enjoyed that. I enjoyed the ride a little bit more. So if you've enjoyed the show, if you have benefited from it in any way, I would so appreciate you sharing it with somebody that you know who could also benefit. That way we can reach as many future nurses as possible and help put more great nurses into the world together. So I thank you so much in your help in doing that. Last week, I got a message on social media from a student who was really upset. And I wanted to talk about it with you because I think we can all gain a lot from this. This person, unfortunately, failed their first nursing exam and they were very upset about it, understandably. And one of the things that they said was that it had ruined the last several days, first of all, and that they didn't want to see what they had done wrong. They didn't want to review their exam because they were too embarrassed. I think this is something that so many people can relate to, and maybe we don't talk about it. We just kind of brush it under the rug and say, you know what, I'll do better next time, I'll figure it out. And we never really face the things that we did wrong. And then it can be a pattern that continues to happen. So, first of all, what I want to say to this person and to anybody who has gone through this or is experiencing it now, it is okay to feel embarrassed. It is okay to feel upset, devastated. These are some high stakes that we're facing in nursing school. There's a lot on the line, and there's a lot that's expected of you. And if you failed that exam, it's okay to be upset about it. Feel it. Be upset, be angry, be whatever you are. But don't let yourself fall into that abyss of negativity for too long. You know, I have a 15-minute rule. I have a 15-minute rule where if there's any heightened sense of emotion, you failed an exam, you just got done taking an exam, whatever the case is, you have 15 minutes to feel it and then let it go. And I'd say that's true here because you've got work to do. You did fail this exam, and it's okay to feel what you're feeling, but then you got to let it go because you've got work to do. The first thing that I want you to do is to schedule an appointment with your professor to review that exam. I don't care if you're embarrassed, you've got to face it. You've got to face that thing that has this power over you right now. That exam, that set of 50 questions, 40 questions, whatever it was, that does not have the power to take away your desire to be a nurse. You've got to keep going. I know personally so many people that I went to school with who failed an exam. They failed an exam or they failed more than one exam. And you know what? They kept on going. They looked at what they did wrong and they kept going. And now they are out there and they are working and they are nurses. So this is just a bump in the road. You can so recover from this. You just have to take the steps to fix it. So that's the first thing. You've got to meet with your professor, say, I failed this exam. I don't want to fail another exam. What did I do wrong? Because you may look at that exam and see you made some very silly mistakes, or there's a pattern to why you're getting questions wrong. Maybe you're missing keywords. Maybe you're not reading each question twice. Maybe it was something as simple as you were exhausted, you knew that material, you just made really simple slip ups, and now you've learned that you've got to get a good night's sleep the night before. Or maybe you didn't prepare as well as you thought you did, and maybe you need to change the way that you study. Whatever it is, you've got to look at that exam so you can see what you need to fix. What's the problem? So that's the first thing I would do. There is a great book called Positive Intelligence by Shirzad Shamin. Didn't want to get the name wrong. I'll put the link in the show notes in the description of the show. I know we don't have a lot of time to read books, but if you want to check it out, I'll put the link there. And he's got some great TED Talks as well. But basically, he talks about this concept of our inner saboteurs. And those are these voices that live inside of us. They're the parts of ourselves that allow us to go to the dark place. They allow us to go to the place to say, I'm too stupid to do this. I'm not smart enough for nursing school. I should just give up. But basically, once we can identify these saboteurs, I call them your inner monsters, but it's all the same thing. It's the part of ourselves that causes self doubt. So he suggests when something like this happens, when you fail an exam, for example, to only let yourself feel it, to feel that disappointment only for mere seconds, because then you're walking in that danger zone of allowing the saboteurs to take over. Now, if you have the ability to only feel that for a few seconds, good for you. I know that can be really hard. So that's why I have the 15-minute rule. But the point is to be aware of these inner saboteurs so you can not let them take over. These inner monsters that say things to you like, you shouldn't even look at that test because you're so dumb. You're just going to fail the next one anyway. Whatever it is. So be aware be aware of those negative parts of ourselves that are really getting in your own way of doing well the next time. He also suggests when something like this happens to once you allow yourself to feel those feelings, to immediately say, what are three great things that could come from this? What are three gifts that could come from this negative experience? Now, I know that can be really hard to do, but maybe, for example, you might develop better study habits because of this. Maybe you failed this first exam for a reason. Maybe this is the best thing that could have ever happened to you because it shook you to the core and forced you to say, you know what? I really, really want this. I do not accept a failing grade. So I have no choice but to take the steps to fix it and to do better going forward. So maybe this will force you to create better study habits. Maybe that will come from it. Or maybe you'll develop better sleep habits, or if nothing else, maybe this will make you more grateful for all of the good grades that you'll get in the future. Now, next time you get a 90 or a 95 or an 88, you will have a deeper appreciation and gratitude for that grade because you know what it feels like now to get a 55, to get a 60, whatever it was. Here's the thing. The only thing that stands in your way between right now and becoming a licensed nurse is a series of exams. That's it. You have to become an expert test taker, and you're doing something that is incredibly hard. Nursing school, nursing exams are hard. They are literally like learning a new language. So go easy on yourself at first and understand that this is a learning process. You will get better as you go further and further into your nursing school journey. If you failed this exam, if this is your first exam or one of the early ones for you, it's okay. And you're not alone. It's going to get better. It's going to be okay. Remember why you're here in the first place. Remember your why. Why do you want to be a nurse? When you close your eyes and you visualize your future self, what does that look like? Where are you working? How does it feel knowing that you accomplished this major thing, this major life achievement of graduating nursing school, passing your NCLEX, and now working as a nurse? How does that feel? Let that be your driving force as you navigate through this journey, as you go to sit down to drill those daily practice questions every day. Allow your why to be your guide. Allow it to be what drives you to get up every day and to do this because you are meant to be here. You are smart enough to be here. You are supposed to do this. I believe in you and I know that you can do this. Well, that's it for today, guys. If you follow me on social media at Nursing Student Coach on Instagram, I am going to start posting at least once a week a practice question where I will go through all the different parts of the answers and we will flush out different strategies and tactics. Why is this answer correct? Why is this answer wrong? And just start getting better at taking these exams together. So I hope to see you there. You can also go to nursingstudentcoach.com to join my mailing list. And until next time, guys, have an awesome day. And I will see you the next time. Bye bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Nursing Student Coach Podcast.